on you.
The Great Steamboat Race, Wednesday at 5.
The regularly scheduled program will not be seen so that we may bring you the Youth Performing Arts School on tour in Europe.
Good evening. I'm Donna Zapata, station manager of WHAS TV. We're very pleased tonight to present highlights of Louisville's Youth Performing Arts School's recent tour of Europe. The Youth Performing Arts School is dedicated to training young singers, dancers, musicians, and technicians. The school is open to all students in the Jefferson County schools, but each must pass a tough audition before being admitted. Throughout the year, the school presents dramas and musicals, ballets, and orchestra recitals. But this year marked the school's most ambitious project, a 10-day tour of Europe with a musical review that was a sort of history of America through song and dance. Given the amount of negative publicity we constantly hear about discipline problems and violence in the schools, we at Action 11 News thought this was a perfect opportunity to show you what's right with students today. These kids are all bright and energetic, and we're perfect ambassadors for Louisville and Jefferson County. Thanks for joining us, and I hope you'll enjoy tonight's Action 11 News special.
This program is brought to you by Sam Meyer Formalwear, 6 locations to serve you. Action 11 News presents Louisville's Youth Performing Arts School on tour in Europe.
This is how the students of the Youth Performing Arts School closed their tour of Europe, in tears and cheers amid a standing ovation from a sellout crowd in Montpellier, France. But the road to success in Europe was a long one. The first steps were taken almost a year ago in the school's rehearsal hall.
Learning the songs, getting the music down, learning the dance routines, and that took a long time. Slowly, it would come together some days, and then other days you'd start a new section, and you realize this just does not work, it's not going to fit, and you feel real nervous and jumpy, but finally it's going to come together.
In the beginning, I said, now wait, I don't know about this, it seems kind of iffy, but when we finally started to perform, then it started to pay off.
And 4, and a 5, and 6. One more time, and a 1.
In days already crowded with rehearsals and classwork, many youngsters had to find the time to work and raise money for the trip.
Went door to door every day, every single day after school, and I raised $520-something. And everybody was just kind of like surprised, but I worked for it, and that helped me a lot.
My mom said, well, this is your senior trip, even though I'm a junior. I'm not getting a class ring because she's paying for me to go for this. And she said, happy birthday, Merry Christmas, all in one.
Much of the cost was picked up by corporate sponsors, and the troupe raised money by performing at area conventions and trade shows over the past several months. This not only helped financially, but allowed them time to work out the kinks and fine-tune the show.
Oh, you know how much I care. I want to sing and dance hard. Just can't get enough. And when you see me move, you feel my groove.
Lots of student groups go to Europe for the history and culture, but this group wanted a bonus to find out firsthand how tough life on the road can really be.
The idea of performing in Europe at 17 is a fairly glamorous idea. The educational aspects of going on the road, learning to cope with problems on the road, learning to tour and to size up a situation and do instant problem solving there, and how do I cope for a small stage or lack of lighting or lack of sound, or just going into unfamiliar territory and making a decision will, one, teach you a lot about your own self-confidence and your own reserves and your own resources, and it forces you to deal with problems that life has to offer.
After months of rehearsals and weeks on the road, the show was finally ready to go abroad. The students were more than ready.
It's almost a dream come true. At first, I didn't think it would ever happen. Last year, Mr. West says, audition for tour show. We're going to go to Europe. Yeah, right. In a million years, maybe. And it's actually going to happen.
Hello, I'm Sam Corbett, Vice President of Sam Myers Formal Wear. Sam Myers is proud to have formed a business school partnership with the Youth Performing Arts School. For the past 3 years, Sam Myers has provided grants to the school and made available the use of formal wear for school performances. WHAS, as it's called, is a nationally recognized high school for the performing arts. 94% of the graduates go on to college. Last year, more than half on scholarships. While they spend a lot of time practicing and rehearsing, these young students also spend a lot of time with their academic studies. Here at Manual High, the magnet school for WHAS, the emphasis is on making them well-rounded, well-educated young men and women. WHAS students divide their long school days between Manual and the Youth Performing Arts School. Many times, students rehearse well into the evening. But anything worthwhile is worth working for. We at Sam Myers are proud to be sponsoring this program tonight. It's a partnership that's paying off.
When the plane touched down at Brussels Airport, suddenly the world was the classroom for the young singers, dancers, and stage technicians from Jefferson County. After passing through the guided formalities of passport control and the bus ride to their hotel, the kids were on their own in bustling Brussels. The first day was so intimidating that many rejected a sampling of Belgian cuisine for something closer to home.
And we go to read menus and we can't read the menus, so we don't know what we're eating.
I think we come to the cheapest place and work our way up until we understand how this money is working.
Others braved the culture and language gap to do a little shopping.
Oh, the road. Oh, the road. Roby. Roby.
The technical crew didn't get quite as much time to explore. They went right to work, hard work. Hundreds of pounds of equipment, costumes, sound gear, all must be pushed, pulled, lifted, cajoled down a half mile of Brussels sidewalks onto the stage of the Ancienne Belgique Theater.
There are tubes in the bottom. One of them has light pots and such. One of them has gel, and we will need both of those.
Okay. Run it as far down the batten as you can. If we have any extra, loop it back over on the back.
These folks won't sing and dance. They won't bask in the spotlight. But they are the ones who put this show on the road. For long hours before the curtain goes up, these students are the stars. Here, in a theater they have never seen, these teenagers customize a complex lighting system.
The third one's going to go on me.
That's good. How's that, Thomas?
How are you, sir? Better.
There?
It looks okay from here.
Adapt their sound system to a Belgian control board.
I'm concerned about the speed at which the tape would turn.
Tape return?
The tape deck.
Split the difference on center.
And when the applause fills the theater, the performers will take the bows, but the technicians feel pride too.
We get our glory at the end of the show if we run a good show and the performers do good. That's enough for us.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We invite you to...
Their first taste of glory came later that night, when a sellout crowd at the Ancienne Belgique showed their obvious delight with the opening night performance.
The pride of our heritage is back. The Youth Performing Arts School, in conjunction with the Jefferson County Public Schools and the city of Louisville, Kentucky, is proud to present Louisville's Next Generation.
like a tree.
The audience showered the Americans with applause and toasted their success at a reception after the show.
I thought it was magnificent. You know, the quality, the technique, the music, it was all sensational. And you heard the reaction. It's, in fact, the first time I see a standing ovation to be presented in the city of Brussels.
It was fun. It was great. Everybody's energy was up, you know, especially being in a foreign country. It's just like a totally different world.
I thought there was certain energy in the air. Once we all hit the stage, I think all the jet lag, all the tiredness just left, and there was a certain magic. I think
all the hunger.
It was great. All the hunger, yeah, the tiredness. I felt really good about it.
If the students earned some rest and relaxation after opening night, they found plenty of it the next day with sightseeing in Brussels and nearby Bruges. In Brussels, life seems to begin here on the Grand Place, the beautiful square in the heart of town. It was a booming market back in the Middle Ages. In 1695, the French destroyed it, but people of Brussels rebuilt it in only 3 years. Today, it's home to City Hall, restaurants, and even a brewery museum. And this is another Grand Place, about an hour and a half from Brussels. This is the city of Bruges, a 12th century town surrounded entirely by canals, and it's meant to look much the way it looked 800 years ago. All the architecture is kept similar to the old days by law. Most of the Louisville students, parents, and chaperones traveled to the old city. Everyone was charmed, and a few were challenged by the soaring clock tower. The ambitious hiked up 366 steps, no elevator here, for a spectacular city view. And a canal boat ride past old restored homes and businesses under low bridges showed students why Bruges is often called the Venice of the North. Belgium is famous for lace making. The Louisvillians met an endearing symbol of that old timeless art. Julia, 92 years old, still happily working in the ancient way.
It takes us 2 days for making a meter. It's a bit over a yard, 39 inches.
These are good.
Other Belgian specialties, chocolate, a big seller with the young performers. It's all great fun, and School Superintendent Dr. Donald Ingwerson, who's on the trip, thinks it's quality education, too.
They're seeing firsthand what they've read about, and they're also living in that environment and what the culture is in this area. And as we move on to other countries, why they'll begin to experience the difference in those cultures also.
From the beauty of Bruges to the hard reality of Amsterdam, the performers certainly weren't ready for what awaited them in Holland. Amsterdam, of course, is famous for its miles of canals winding through the city. It's famous for Dutch cheese and beer in green bottles and for a few other things. A tolerant law enforcement climate and easy availability of drugs made this city a mecca for hippies in the 1960s and 70s. But these young people were here on business, and it was a night that put their dedication to the test. Most everything that could have gone wrong did. The show was set up in a hotel ballroom before an audience that had just endured a 3-hour dinner and business presentation. Tap dance numbers on the makeshift stage often overpowered the music. The lighting system was not up to par, and screeching feedback from the wireless microphones interrupted some of the best vocal performances. The good news is that the students persevered. They never lost their cool on stage and made the most of what could have been a disaster. And the crowd rewarded the effort with a warm ovation. Disappointment was clearly visible on the young faces backstage, but many parents were there for consolation. Throughout the year, parents lend great support to the Youth Performing Arts School. Dave Ederheimer heads a group of parents called the Producers.
We have done fundraising, and with that we've bought first aid kits and refrigerator and things of this nature. We have also put money towards scholarships. We give $500 scholarships each year to graduating seniors.
Some are the traditional stage mothers and fathers. Others simply enjoy the opportunity the school provides for their kids. The common denominator is pride.
This is more, I think this is more than any mother can ask for. They are really, really marvelous children, and I'm real proud of Brian.
I love movie stars, love movies, love shows, and to see my own child up there is it's the most exciting thing in my life. It makes my life.
Learning to love yourself, it is the greatest love of all.
Nothing is more satisfying for the students than to have their plans come together. That's why Sam Myers is pleased to have a partnership with WHAS and to be sponsoring this program tonight. WHAS students, whether they're musicians, dancers, or singers, work hard for that final result when it all comes together during the performance. But academics are also important, and here at Manual High, they attend classes in all the normal subjects. Manual High School is also a magnet school for other students with careers in mind. Manual's high school university program prepares them for college. The visual arts program enhances talents of future painters, weavers, and sculptors. Manual also has a communications program for careers in broadcasting, journalism, advertising, or public relations. You have a lot to be proud of in the Jefferson County schools. Sam Myers recognizes this pride, which is why we're saluting the Jefferson County schools and the Youth Performing Arts School tonight.
In Brussels and Montpellier, the shows opened with two of the finest musicians in the Louisville area. Violinist Peter McHugh, head of the string department at the University of Louisville Music Program, long a favorite with fans of the Louisville Orchestra and other arts groups. And accompanist Naomi Oliphant, chairman of the U of L piano department, well known across the U.S. and Canada as a piano and harpsichord soloist. Both providing inspiration for the students' own string quartet. They were first in the spotlight each night before the production numbers. Two of the WHAS instructors also displayed their talents. Sherry Gilpin was a principal dancer for the Louisville Ballet and was with the company for 7 years. She is now choreographer at WHAS. Michael Eager is a graduate of the University of Utah, recognized as one of the top dance schools in America, and he comes to WHAS after performing with Jazz and Dance. Louisville Mayor Jerry Abramson and a small city delegation that included Alderman Melissa Mershon. Most of the official stops were ceremonial, like this exchange of gifts in the palatial office of the mayor of Brussels. But in Louisville's sister city of Montpellier, France, Abramson was received like a head of state. With a military honor guard and band, Abramson joined solemn ceremonies honoring the war dead of France and the United States. Abramson said he hopes to exploit the sister city relationship to help develop economic ties.
The Sister City program in Louisville just in the past has not been run or focused that way. And what we're trying to do is refocus it, put it in an economic development mode, and see if we can really attract some international business.
The mood of the reception was warm, but the skies were cold and rainy. Supposedly sunny Montpellier is near the Mediterranean in the south of France, but the students had to brave the weather for a rain-shortened tour. But the most memorable sight of the trip would come later that night. In this old stone theater on the outskirts of Montpellier, the performers and technicians nervously prepared for their grand finale. They all realized that months of hard work, rehearsals, and performances were about to come to an end. And they delivered with perhaps their finest effort of the year.
Little baby, don't you cry. Oh, yes, I'm a great pretender. Tell me that you're still around. I love you pretending that you're still around. London just to ride a pony. I am a Yankee Doodle boy. Was lost, but now I am found. Oh, I was blind, but now I see. When you've been there and found me, bright shining as the sun.
As soon as we hit that last pose, the lights went out and everybody just stood up and started clapping. And I wasn't prepared for that. I was prepared for them to go, you know, that's it. When they stood up and started clapping, I felt like, yes, the entire trip, all the rehearsals, everything was worth it.
The feeling of a family being together and performing that last time. And I think everyone in the show felt it.
Oftentimes, the tour show doesn't feel like a family, and there are cliques and groups, and we don't get along. But at that moment, everybody was hugging everybody, and everybody loved
each other.
All right.
All right, yeah!
The Youth Performing Arts School has a fine tradition of success, and Sam Myers Formal Wear is proud to be a business school partner with WHAS and to help the success continue. Jefferson County schools are filled with outstanding success stories, like the Mini Magnet program at Central High School for career professionals. This program is for young people in the honors or advanced programs who will follow a 4-year high school schedule, but, like college, will declare a major as a sophomore. These majors can be in the legal, business, medical, or computer fields. The courses are supported by speakers, internships, and mentors, which hopefully will motivate young people to go on to graduate work after college. The success story continues in the Jefferson County school system and at the Youth Performing Arts School, where registration for next year will continue through this summer. Sam Myers Formal Wear is pleased to have sponsored this program tonight and proud of the accomplishments of these exciting performers.
So does your affection. Who's headed for those pleasures in the night? I want to show you, know how much I care. I want to sing and dance hard. I just can't get enough. And when you see me move, you feel my groove. I'm so excited, I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control and I think I like it. I'm so excited and I just can't hide it. No. I know, I want to. I want to show you, know how much I care. I want to sing and dance hard. I just can't get enough. And when you see me move, you feel my groove. I'm so excited, I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control and I think I like it. I'm so excited and I just can't hide it. No. I know, I want you. I know, I want you. I'm so excited.
The North Central Region.
Already. Bart! I'm out of here.